Hey guys, I'm just going to start off by addressing the background. I've changed background a bit, snuck into another room in the house, so hopefully it's a cleaner background. But as you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about running or jogging, as I've been jogging for about a year now, and this is just, I'm not a fitness fanatic or anything, and I'm not like a brilliant experienced runner, but this is just some tips for those of you who are thinking about starting jogging. And yeah, because I've managed to be keeping it up. So I go about 3 times a week, and the first thing I would recommend is finding a program to follow, like on the internet or something. I actually found one on NetDoctor, I think it was, which was one where you'd run 3 times a week, and you build up to running half an hour without stopping. And so basically how a program works is in the first week you might be running a minute, walking a minute, and then the next week running 2 minutes, walking 1 minute. And it just kind of builds up like that, and the one I followed worked really well actually, and you'll be surprised about how quickly you can improve, and how building up like that can just really improve your stamina, because I could not run for literally like 5 minutes very well. I didn't enjoy running, but now I can run for half an hour, so that's really good. And yeah, so first tip was look up a program of some sort to follow, and then the next tip is try to find someone to go with. Now obviously this isn't going to be possible for everyone, but for example I go with my dad, and it's just so helpful to keep you motivated, to keep you running, and you feel like if you don't go you might be letting them down, and you can run together, and they almost act as your pacemaker, and you probably act as their pacemaker. So if you find a pace that you both want to go at and you're both sort of the same level, then it can be just so helpful and makes it funner as well. And my next tip, well not so much tip, these are going to be a few things that you might want to purchase or invest in or just bring along with you. So the first thing I definitely recommend is getting a pair of running shoes. Now obviously you only want to buy some if you're sure you're going to keep it up, but in a sense if you buy some then you can think, I've spent the money now, I have to use them. So that can be another motivational tool. So I just have these New Balance trainers. They're really dirty, sorry about that, but yeah, just some New Balance ones, and they're really light, which is also another good thing, so because they're made specially obviously for running. And another thing you might or will need is a watch, probably a sports watch of some sort, as in the program you'll need to keep track of how long you've been running for, when you need to stop and walk for a bit, you know, that sort of thing. It's very useful to have. And bring some water with you as well. I personally don't like to run with water because I feel it's quite kind of restricting. I just don't like having it in my hand, in one hand and nothing in the other, sort of thing. So because half an hour isn't too long to run without water, but what I do, I bring it with me to the start of the kind of circuit. Say if you're running a circuit or along a path and back, you can bring it, and if it's in a remote area you can sort of stash it away somewhere, and it's not likely anyone's going to pick up a water bottle on the side. You'll be the only one who knows it's yours and nice and new. So yeah, just have that there to drink when you get back from your run and finish it. Speaking of remote areas, I would recommend running in just a natural place, in nature. It's really nice running in nature, or if you live in the city, maybe just a park or something. A lot nicer than just running along the sides of buildings and things. A way of you getting to be in nature as well as doing exercise. So yeah, it's a good thing to go out and do, and it's nicer than running on a treadmill or something. Okay, the next thing would be what to wear. I would say you don't need to invest in fancy sportswear, just wear something that's comfortable, obviously not jeans or anything like that, just some tracksuit bottom or a hoodie and a comfy top, and yeah, you don't need to buy really expensive stuff to run in. And another thing is when to go running. I like to go running in the mornings, first thing before breakfast. Have to get up early, which is the downside, but I just find it a lot easier to go in the morning rather than say the afternoon, when I seem to always get a stitch, or it just feels like a lot harder work for me. I don't know why that is, but I just have more energy in the morning. If the person you're going with lives with you, then that's helpful as well, because they can wake you up and you can both just wake up early together. Like warming up wise, it's important to do stretches before you run and after you run, but I have like me and my dad walk a bit. We have kind of walk to a path that we run along, so it's good as well to have maybe a 5-minute walk before you start running and a 5-minute walk back to cool down. So yeah, the last thing is just keep going, even if it's raining outside. Actually, if it's raining outside, it is really fun. You might look outside and be like, oh, I don't want to run in that, but it's actually really fun to run in the rain, dodging all the puddles and things like that. And that's actually why my shoes were so muddy, because it's been raining a lot in England recently, raining right now, and yeah, it's actually, I think it just adds a bit more excitement to it. I don't run with music, but apparently I can see music being helpful especially if you don't have anyone to run with. And yeah, hopefully this has been helpful and you guys can keep it up, and you can kind of reward yourself if you need to as well. For example, my dad and I said if we run half an hour, there's a kind of cafe, kind of defeats the point of doing exercise, but there's a cafe that does good fried breakfast, so we can run the first time we run half an hour, then we can go to the cafe after that, sort of thing, for a fried breakfast, because we never usually have them. So just little things like that just to keep you motivated. And that's all my tips, so I hope this was helpful, and hopefully you'll be running soon. And then you could even do sponsored events as well, like maybe a sponsored 5k run for charity and things, so it leads to fun things like that as well. So yeah, thank you for watching, bye!